Hello everyone, welcome to Better Shiksha, new way of learning. Before starting this lecture, let us read a quote given by Albert Einstein that is look deep into the nature and you will understand everything better. So with this quote, let us begin our second topic of the first chapter that is types of resources. Before that, let us recap what we have learned from our first topic that is so we have studied about the introduction of resources and its definition with some examples, and also we have also studied the relationship between nature, technology, and institution with human beings. And briefly also we have discussed about the general classification of the resources. In this lecture we will study about various classification of resources, and also we will also study about the stock and reserves with, and also we will do some MCQ questions in this lecture. So without wasting your time, let us begin the lecture. So our first classification is on the basis of origin, and it is divided into biotic resources and abiotic resources. Abiotic means living and abiotic means non-living. So biotic resources are these are often from the biospheres and have life, and abiotic resources are all those things which are composed of non-living things. So the non-living things it can be concluded in the abiotic resources. Here is the example of biotic and abiotic resources. First one is biotic. So in biotic we can see that plants, animal, bacteria, fungus, these all have life. So it is a biotic resources, and soil, air, minerals, lights, these are abiotic resources. So we will move to the next classification that is on the basis of exhaustibility. So the first is renewable resources and second one is non-renewable resources. The what is renewable resources? The resources which can be renewed or reproduced. So the resources which can be renewed or reproduced, that is known as renewable resources. For example, solar and wind, water, forest, these all are the renewable resources. So the non-renewable resources are those resources which occur over a long period of geological time, such as minerals, petroleum products, coal. These resources can take millions of years for the formation. So these are known as non-renewable resources. So these are the examples. So the first one is wind power. So with the help of a wind, we can generate a power. So wind is a renewable resources, and there is a wood. Wood is also renewable resources. Solar power is also wind renewable resources. Water from which we can get electricity, and geothermal energy. These all are the renewable resources. And second one is non-renewable. So coal, natural gas, petroleum product, and minerals, oil. These all are the non-renewable resources. So we'll move to the next classification that is on the basis of ownership. So first one is individual resources, second one is community owned resources, third one is national resources, fourth one is international resources. So the first one is renewable resources, which simply means that which is owned privately by any individual. That is, for example, land, ponds, water in the well, and plantations. These all are the example of individual resources. Similarly, if you talk about the community-owned resources such as public parks, picnic spot, playground, these all are the community-owned resources. This is accessible to all the members of the community. Every member can get access to this, such as public parks, picnic spot. So the third one is national resources. So technically, if you see that all the resources belong to the nation, such as mineral, water resources, forest, wildlife. So in these resources, we need to understand two things, that is political boundaries and ocean boundaries. So the resources within the political boundaries, these belongs to the nation. That is all known as national resources. And for the ocean areas, there is a the coastline which is up to 12 nautical miles. That comes under the national resources. So the fourth one is international resources. So international institution which regulates some resources, that is known as international resources. So if we'll talk about the oceanic resources, which is beyond 200 nautical mile, that has a special name, that is EEZ, that is exclusive economic zone. So that EEZ belongs to international resources. So I have some extra information for you. So India has got right to mine magazine nodules from the EEZ zone, exclusive economic zone. So you can read this, and you can also identify some other resources which are international in nature. So you can do that assignment in the comment box. So we'll move to next classifications, that is on the basis of status of development. So the first one is potential resources and the second one is developed resources. So what is potential resources? The resources which are found in the region but have not been utilized. Those resources which have not been utilized but we have found that resources. For example, the western part of the India, particularly Rajasthan and Gujarat, have enormous potential for the development of wind and solar energy. So we can develop wind and solar energy in this part of India, Rajasthan and Gujarat, but we don't have proper technology as far to utilize that resources fully. So that is known as potential resources. The second one is developed resources. What is that? Resources which are surveyed and their quality and quantity have been determined for the utilization. These are known as developed resources. So we'll study these in more detail in the upcoming lectures. So here is the end of the classification of resources. So we have two more important topics to study, that is stock and reserves. So what is stock? Stock means material in the environment which have potential. Those materials which have potential to satisfy the human needs, but the human beings do not have appropriate technology to assess them. That is known as a stock. So what is reserve? Reserve is a subset of stock which can be put into the use with the help of existing technology, but it has not been started yet, but their use has not been started yet. So these are the reserves. So with this, we are nearly into this lecture. So I am sharing an activity with you all. So you can just prepare a list of stock and reserves that you are familiar with you in your locality, and you can comment it down in the comment box. So we can discuss in the comment box. So I have a MCQ questions for you all. So you can try this question and write the answer to the comment box. If you have any problem, then we'll discuss in the next class. So thank you for watching this lecture. So see you in the next class. Thank you so much.